Morning, folks. My name is George Mentor. A home studio used to be something desired by musicians, music producers, voiceover artists, photographers, videographers. Nowadays, with all the remote work, Zoom meeting, and online classes, it becomes a must to almost everyone. So, I'm going to show you how to put together a home studio. Let's get it. Whether it is something simple and portable like this one, with a light, your cell phone, and a microphone, or something more evolved and versatile like this one, where you take into account lighting, audio, video, soundproofing, background, attire, internet connection, a desk, a chair, all those things come into play. What is needed to put something like that together? Let's gather the material. Let's start with the basic. First of all, you're going to need a chair. The last video I made, you guys pointed out how poor my framing was. Let me point out to you, if you pick the wrong chair, that will impact your framing. I knew that it was by design. I wanted to point out those issues, but I wouldn't need to convince you if you point it out yourself. A bad chair will ruin your shot. Oftentimes, we just grab a chair from the kitchen, put it in front of the desk. I would recommend instead to use a height adjustable chair, something similar to this one. This will help your framing a great deal. Apart from a chair, you will need a desk where you could sit comfortably and house all the components that you are going to use to put something like that. How could we forget about reliable internet connection? Without internet connection, none of this is possible. You are going to need reliable internet connection along with the basic like a printer, something that you could print documents if you need to. Let me tell you, we're talking about home office 2.0 that goes beyond the basic and that does best at meeting today's demand. And lighting, this part we didn't used to take into account. Nowadays we have to uh, think about lighting because we have to be in front of camera more often. You're gonna need a way to light your subject, your product, and so forth. In other words, your camera needs light to see. When I turn the light on, you're gonna see a major difference. When we talk about lighting, we have to worry about techniques. The most useful techniques now out there is the Rembrandt system, 3 point system, where you use a main light, a background light, and a fill light. I usually place that light somewhere across from my face, something like that, and it lights my face. And I use the white wall as a reflection, as a fill light. But this is my main light. This can light me entirely, head to toe, and so forth. Now let's move on to video. Oftentimes we go for the webcam on our computer. Most computer doesn't come with a decent video capture device. Therefore, I would recommend with an actual camera. one that comes with interchangeable lenses, and also with all the features that help you with your video, like ISO, like white balance, stuff that will help you to compensate for low light and so forth. And along with, if you were to settle for webcam in place of a dedicated camera, I would suggest to go for one with a companion app that allows you to control and monitor those components, white balance, ISO, and frame rate, and so forth. Now, let's talk about audio. Audio is very important. People will often forgive a bad video if they could hear your message. For that, I will show you a versatile mixer audio interface that will allow you to capture the best audio possible. Here goes the Rodecaster Pro. It's a bit an overkill because this beast can power four microphone. You could have a full podcast with this one. It's a bit an overkill for a Zoom meeting or even online classes, but it is something versatile that you could use. It has all the features that you would want. It has a mixer, it has a compressor. It's something that you could grow with. You could do many things from Zoom all the way to radio production, even music production. I've used it with my instrument, my guitar, plug it in, jam sometimes, and share it with friends. But this item is a bit costly. If you cannot afford, you could settle for a simple audio interface like this one that allows you to plug a microphone and give you some feature up front. We talk about lighting, audio. What about the heart of the system? You would need a computer. And oftentimes we go with the regular computer that we have. I would suggest something better, something with a dedicated graphic card. The reason being is because recent cameras have high resolution. You would need a computer that is capable to render the feed from the resolution of the camera. And I spoke of microphone. Microphone is a very important component, especially this microphone right here. You may not think that you need a microphone, but let's say that you are in a Zoom meeting with a client. And this microphone, this Shure SM7B, is an industry standard. What it does for you, it helps you reject background noises. Let's say you're working from home, you have your kids crying in the background, your dog barking in the backyard. This microphone helps reject uh, background noise. It only focuses on the noise on your voice that is right to the microphone. And for that reason, I would recommend that you guys get yourself a decent microphone, e- either a Shure SM7B or a Pod Mic. One of the two will work. The difference between the two is price. One is $400 and the other one is $100. Along with lighting, audio, one more component that often get neglected is background. You want to be intentional about your background. Why do you want to be intentional about your background? It's because it could be very distracting. Things like cleanliness. If you left a water bottle, it would be very distractive to your audience. Or flickering a light. Like you saw in my last video, how distracting the flickering light was. It's not just lighting and it's not just lighting and cleanliness. You have to be intentional about what is behind you. I purposely choose this piece of art to put behind me for many reasons. One, it's very neutral. If I were to go for something like that, some Afrocentric art like this, whether I want it or not, it projects a political statement. Sometimes you want to avoid that, depend on the setting that you are. I choose something simple that says adventures awaits here. Why do I use art in my background? They serve several purposes. One, it makes a very appealing background. Moreover, they serve as sound dampening to kill some of the room noise, something that you need to take into account when you're dealing with video and audio. The reverberation from the room. The room is also carpeted to help with background noise. I said that you need to be very intentional about your background. I picked this art, especially this one, for the simple reason that orange look amazing in camera. It pops. Along with the cushion on my couch, I pick orange cushion also, so it could project a more pleasing aesthetic background if you were to catch it. I mentioned the necessity to have a clean background, like those pillows. I got to fix them, remove things that are not necessary. Now, I show you all the things that you need and why do you need them. Let's put them together. We start with the audio, where we're gonna take the line from this microphone, the XLR microphone, that route and plug it directly behind the mixer right here. And that is, I put it on channel 1 and I put the volume up. It's ready to go. And from there, you would need to connect it with your computer. I have a USB cable from behind this and put it and plug it directly into my computer. Now I have audio set. What about video? How do we handle video? Depending on the age of your camera, you might be able to connect your camera directly to your computer. However, for older camera, you might need something like a graphic card. What does the graphic card do? It allows the feed from your camera to go into your computer, especially if you're using an older camera or if you're using a 4K camera. That serves a great deal in communication with your computer. If we're talking about communication, while we're talking about communication, there's something else that we need to worry about, and that is software. You need software to help all your equipment to communicate with one another adequately. Whether it's your DAW, your digital audio interface, or your Zoom, your Skype, those allow your camera to communicate with your computer and possibly broadcast them out there. There are several we could consider: Skype, Zoom, Audacity, Pro Presenter, vmix, obs, all those all those softwares help with setting your studio together. I'm gonna show you obs, which is my software of choice, where you could clearly see my camera is connected to my computer, and you could see the feed